All right, so don't be afraid of a white page. We are going to take our sap green, and I like to wake the paint up because sometimes it's a little gritty. You know, you want the oils and fillers and everything to be, I feel like I'm talking about makeup. So I'm going to warm myself up. I'm going to do the butter. I'm going to tap in a little bit more water. Cream. And I guarantee you, every time I do this, my values are slightly different. Milk. I'm just going to go like that. Ooh, I accidentally did tea. I'm going to do them out of order. Here's coffee. Coffee needs a little bit more.
Now lift something from one of those.
Okay.
Now, could you add more color to
Oh,
that?
hell
Would that be
yes.
too much?
I can even,
In order to make it
look, why not just add,
coffee?
well, I'm just adding some Prussian blue to see what happens. But yeah, you definitely can. You definitely can. And it might do a nice little puddle for you. So when we talk about lifting, I'm going to dry my brush because the belly of this brush holds so much. I got a puddle going on here.
What I like about this, you're so focused.
And I'd like the middle to be more transparent, so I'm going to lift it like that. And I want to see if I can tap in some color around the edges. I want to see what happens with that. But now what we're going to work on right now, I'm going to take more of my sap green. We're going to practice our brush holds. And I'm using an 8 brush, size 8 round brush. And the belly of this brush holds so much. So the magic of watercolor is the water. So we're gonna be playing with a lot of water.
Okay, cool.
Now I'm getting tired of this green, so I'm gonna add a little yellow to it. I'll load my brush, and I want to use my arm, not so much my hand. So what we're gonna do is just, let's practice the line. Just barely tap down and pull. Now what happens if we push it a little bit more? I've got a fatter line. And now I'm getting some cool dry brush because my brush is empty. And then I can do that. And if I want to add some interest to it, I can just go in and mess with it. But now I want to get towards where I feel comfortable making a leaf. And really, in plants, there's only 2 curves. There's an S curve and a C curve.
You have the video on?
Yes, I do. Here is an example of a C curve, which if I'm doing a leaf with a C curve, I like to pull a little bit of a stem and then see how I'm making a slight C on the side. I'm going to do another one.
So 2 C's make...
make a leaf. And this one, I trapped some light in there, which I love, because that's how nature works. Tap in a little dark. And now I'm going to add even more blue. How about a long, skinny leaf? Actually, try this exercise first. Tap down, push, lift. Tap down, push, and up. And if you want to really see what happens, this is a size 12 brush.
What was the other one that you used?
Whatever you want.
Is that a 10?
This is an 8. This is a 12. This was inspired by Jenna Rainey, our friend. I ordered it right away. I love round brushes. This is the first time I've used it, so I'm going to just see what kind of line I get. Oh, it's just yummy.
In the seashore.
So
Door to where Jenny lives.
tap, push, lift, push, lift, push, lift. I could do this all day. Oh, you didn't get here in time for the big breaths.
Where did they?
I had to do that on the way down to see the house.
I bet. I want to hear all about it.
Nothing to tell yet.
Oh.
Well, it's off the road.
Yeah, see what happens.
So now I'm gonna just try to make some simple leaves. And sometimes the quicker the better. Tap, push, lift. Oh, it didn't make a point. I want a point. So I'm gonna just add it on. I'm gonna do a short one. And this is all I'm doing.
Just dyeing up.
That's all it is. And if you want to do 2 C curves, tap. I like to have a little bit of a stem. Tap. And I'm gonna dip it in a little bit more blue. Tap, and I bring my C curve down here.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Oh, isn't that yummy? So there's another thing we can do. Me? Yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I'm gonna do a yellower down here and a more blue up here. Blue. See? We've got a little bit of green
Yeah, I like
interacting.
that.
Now, if you did, I just heard Sue say eucalyptus. These are so fun and so easy. The important thing to remember is you're just pulling a line for the stem, and everything comes from the same growth point. So my leaves are all coming back to their stem. They're not just here and here and here. So
Tie it in.
I'm gonna add some, I wanna make this more brown. Let's see what I got here. Okay. And you don't even have to fill it in. So I'm going to then, all these are C curves. You'll get to where all you see are C curves and S curves. And let's see. Remember we made circles last time? That's all we're doing. And they all are attached in the middle at the stem. And you see I'm really wet, right? Really wet. But what I want to do now is tap in some contrast. You know, bring some around.
Does anybody know how to get the page off the block?
Oh, I know.
You need
a little
That's
a
a
knife.
a dull knife.
Do you have a knife, Jen?
Maybe there's
Yes.
a knife in
I can show her.
Thank you. Because I'm entranced by my eucalyptus right now. I can't be
I want
moved.
to see your leaves.
Ooh, look at that.
Your leaves,
It says
excuse
at
me.
the top.
Well, you know how we made our circles yesterday?
Yes.
That's what I'm doing.
But you're putting a point on one end?
I'm just totally doing
Okay.
a little bit. It's just a messy circle.
That's what you wanted, Martha.
Try to get it. All right.
Okay.
So these are the blobs we did the other day. So there's where
And
there's
they
a
are-
rhyme, there's a reason.
They are across from each other, yeah, okay.
There's a couple different kinds of eucalyptus. I'm gonna darken the stem.
Oh,
And-
lovely.
And there's no right or wrong. I just felt like this one I wanted to have a little bit more drama going on. And this guy's kind of boring, so I'm just gonna go over top of him. And then let's just leave it and see what happens. It'll be interesting.
Nice.
So another thing that I demoed that you're gonna wanna try, let's pull the stem down. That one's blowing in the wind. And I'm gonna pull up just randomly. So you see I'm in a vertical hold now.
Yeah.
I'm just using the point of the brush. How great is that? This is a freaking 12 and I'm getting these tiny little lines. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna use my brush as a stamp.
Ah, look at that.
I don't know what this would be called in nature, and feel free to turn your paper. I always do. I'll even turn it upside down. And what do I do to add interest?
John Bolton. I'm thinking of the politician, John Bolton. Oh, no. That's why it sounds.
I'm just blobbing. That's my technical term. Does anybody understand? I'm blobbing.
Well, Fred grew up here during the summer.
And honestly,
Totally makes sense to me.
isn't this cool? But it's awkward here, so let's see. I'm gonna go,
Prior,
I'm gonna blob right here, right over top of this guy.
about 20 years ago.
And then there's a very tight C curve right here, right here.
Oh,
That
wow, look
that
at
leaf
that.
tipped over, right? It tipped over.
Yeah.
wanna bring this dark stuff down to the
Nice.
So I think that's a good demo for you. I
Okay.
think you can go nuts.
Yeah,
And I
good.
would use your big, you got a round brush,
I
right?
got it.
Awesome.
12. Yeah,
Good.
thank you.